Hi, Sean Ang.
We've actually received a grant from the Ford Foundation, which supports most of the work, and that was last year. And he's also, Sanjan is also an Ashoka Fellow, so they sort of support most of his work as well through grant views. But yeah, our primary source of funding is the Ford Foundation.
So how did you started? How did Sanjana started getting the CGs in?
Well, I mean, it's a very cost-effective method. I mean, we're hosted on WordPress, you know, and you know, you just sort of utilize your existing contacts. And Sanjana is a journalist as well, so he knows a lot of people in the civil society network and in several newspapers. And you know, you just put out calls for content, right? And we've been quite lucky, because I mean, guaranteed every day we'll get about 3 articles that we can actually publish on the site, right? So it's always been a steady stream of content.
So is it average 3 articles even from there?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've never had a day where we didn't have content. It's always, I think we've always had something that we can publish.
Okay, so where did you meet any on the site? Did you meet any resistance? Did the government actually down anything? Because it's been said that, you know, situation for journalists here is
Not so much for ground views, no. I think that aspect is quite prevalent in the media and the mainstream media with censorship and regulation of policy. Now, Sri Lanka doesn't have an official censorship policy, right? But what's happening is a sort of arbitrary control and regulation of print as well as online media. There have been several websites that have been blocked, including Tamilnet.
Tamilnet?
Yeah, Tamilnet. And
this is a news website. Tamilnet is a news website.
Yes.
Okay, and then?
And then we had some print publications in 2008 that were written by some academics that were blocked by customs. Yeah, I mean that's the basic censorship policy, but it just seems quite sporadic and there's no direct policy. There is the issue of a string of journalists being killed. I think the official figure by the Committee to Protect Journalists, I think they have it at around 19 journalists who've been killed in Sri Lanka since 1992.
Friday, can you give an assessment of the current situation of independent media in Sri Lanka?
Actually, we are in a very critical situation when we talk about media, because so far several journalists killed and more than 50 journalists left the country. They don't have any plans of coming back because of the security threats, and news agencies are burned, and then websites are banned. In this kind of situation, we really need to develop our own strategies of to face this situation. In how to face this situation, we need to develop alternative ways. In that sense, the new media is, we feel, very, very important.
Okay, so how do you see that Mipura can play a role in this in the near future?
Mipura is a new experience in Sri Lanka. We haven't heard city-based websites or city-based media. So Mipura is, in that sense, Mipura is very vital. It has a big role to play in bringing the local news for the national readers, as well as the people outside from their home country, from their hometown.
So how do you see the vision of Sri Lanka, and how you see yourself as playing an important role in achieving this vision?
So the most important thing in Sri Lanka right now is we need to create a democratic space even to write or read or do politics. So we don't have a democratic space right now in the country. So that's why we as journalists as well as activists giving our priority in building a broader coalition, kind of a broader platform to work on democracy. That's why we are currently fully engaged with Platform for Freedom. We believe through that kind of broader coalition, we will be able to get a democratic space where we can do politics, where we can do journalism, where we can do activism. So that's our hope, but it's really a challenge, but we are struggling.